This is a laudable move, and I share with a perspective that is long overdue. In fact, others have gone far ahead of us. We are more or less at the basis of the digital transformation. That said, I think that there is huge potential from the steps that we are taking. If we also take time to address the technical issues underlining them, the procurement issues and the transparency and all of that, then we'll be able to translate the hypothesized benefits, as somebody will say, from theory into actual. Look at it this way. We have struggled as a country since independence to generate tax revenue. Mm-hmm. And one of the reasons, I think Dr. Bokpin has talked about that, and it's all over the place. Property tax, we are not getting enough from that level, even compared to our peers. And the reason is also because of the lack of data that would enable you to do proper assessment and defend that. So if you are able to digitize that space, and then you're able to capture them in, you can raise proper assessment and generate the much needed tax, which is then good for development. We are not doing quite well from that point. Then it doesn't end there. The challenge we have is how do you link all of these things with the various agencies to ensure that people don't escape the net, right? Because the net tends to capture vulnerable people and the poor, okay? But the very powerful people who own these properties and all of that actually tear through the net and all of that. So, and also because of the huge informal nature of our economy, these are all steps trying to formalize the informal economy along a certain continuum. And something, let's put it within perspective. Nothing can replace digitization. Is the way to go. Studies have shown that the digital economy is going to grow faster than the traditional economy. What is the digital economy? There's a difference between the digital economy and the traditional economy. The digital economy is the economy that is based on the use of technologies and the economic output that arises as a result of use of digitization and all of that. That said, there's also a difference between digitization and digitalization. The first level is almost where we are converting physical document data into, let's say, digital formats. The second level is leveraging on that to improve business competitiveness and generating additional cash flow. That is where we are looking at it. Now, and you see, we are a bit behind. And even the African Union has actually recognized this under the African Continental Free Trade. So far, Protocol 1 has been negotiated, trade in goods and services. Protocol 2 is being negotiated, which has to do with competition policy, intellectual property, and all of that. Recognizing the importance of digitization, digital trade, e-commerce, the 13th Extraordinary Summit of Heads of State and Government took a decision to bring forward the phase 2 negotiations, which pertains to e-commerce, digitization, and all of that. This is to recognize the role that digitization plays in this whole African continental free trade. So this is not something that even government should take to itself alone. We are looking at broadening the digitization and digitization agenda across private sector so that they can use that to take advantage of the African continental free trade. So for instance, as we speak right now, aided by Afrexim Bank, headquartered in Egypt, and African central banks, they have developed what we call the Pan-African Payment and Settlement System, okay, and which is to link the African market, because wherever trade flows, payment is important. So we need to scale up the capacity, the digital capacity of the Ghanaian private sector and the youth to be able to take advantage from that. Other than that, we'll lose out.